Hey, Daeran. Ah, Cohh, hello there. I'm feeling uncharacteristically pensive right now, or rather, I'm finding it rather difficult to put my thoughts into words today. I'm trying to understand something. We've been traveling together for a while now. What's your opinion of me? I'm going to save before I do 5. Oh, wait, I probably can't. When's the last time I saved? He asks out of curiosity. You don't let anyone get close. There might be a good reason for that, but you can always count on me if you ever need any kind of support. Have you any idea how terribly insipid you sound? Throw in some extra nonsense like you can confide in me, and I'll be adamant that you were raised by a couple of trite playwrights who put you to sleep by reading their boring scribblings on workings of the heart. Okay. Fine. Do you know what I asked that of you? Because the answer to the question, what do you think about me, usually reveals more about the one doing the answering than the one doing the asking. Now that I've got you thinking, let's proceed with the usual small talk. Okay, well. You know what? I've noticed a certain cyclical pattern in my life ever since I met you. First, something happens that leaves me positively intrigued. Then I descend into the depths of fear and anger. Then I start to think that it's not so bad. The curiosity comes back, and then something even more dreadful occurs. The demons attacking my home and the city around it is unpleasant enough already. But I thought I could compensate for that by striking up a curious acquaintance and having some new experiences. Then my dearest cousin threw me right into the middle of a crusade. And just when I started to see some positives in my current situation, the gargoyles kidnapped me. The slaughter in Drezen, followed my triumphant rescue, effectively put out every spark of optimism that I had managed to gather. Now the city's in our hands again, and it's getting more and more tolerable to stay here. It feels surprisingly good, and I'm even beginning to find the city rather enjoyable. This brings one very reasonable question to my mind. What is the next outrageous and dangerous mess you're going to pull me into? Was that an overly verbose and oblique attempt to thank me and impart just how much you enjoy Drezen? Do you really think someone like me is capable of experiencing such virtuous feelings of gratitude and affection? Most certainly not. Your intuition betrays you. I was just mocking you. There were definitely some sharp insults hidden under all those florid turns of phrase. Such is the way of aristocrats and politicians. And yes, I do like it in Drezen, much to my own surprise. Okay. You want to talk about your past? I've been thinking about you a lot since our visit to Heaven's Edge. Daeran's face grows grim. I don't like discussing such unpleasant things. You seem to be quite capable of having fun. So why are you... I don't even know what you're trying to achieve here. I suppose you can always ask, and I'll decide whether to answer or not. Do you miss the people who died that day? Daeran is silent for a moment. His pupils seem to pulsate to the rhythm of his thoughts, or emotions, perhaps. I regret leaving my mother alone. She deserved a better death than that. They confined her to a room so that she wouldn't infect those who still believed they could avoid illness, and... Oh, I forgot that you didn't know. Alright, that's enough. Let me be blunt. I don't care about my so-called kin at all. People die every day, and none of those people were my friends. They are dead, I'm alive, and able to enjoy life to the fullest. Besides, there are many things far worse than death. Are you close to your mother? Perhaps, maybe. My mother loved me and I loved her, even though I was a thorn in her side. How can you truly be close to your parents when you're just an arrogant whelp? At least I was lucky enough to have a real mother instead of a countess mother. Aristocratic parents often see their children as valuable investments and vessels for all their ambitions. Thanks for your answers. Goodbye. Okay. Here. Do 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 do. Hi, Daeran. I know the truth about you. I know what really happened at Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. Daeran's eyes widen and his mouth drops open, the words tumbling haphazardly from his lips. Are you talking about... No, that can't be. Are you talking about that time I gave the statue of my heroic great-grandmother a cream mustache? The air around you is thick with tension. A shiver travels down your spine. No, I'm talking about the nameless entity you summoned. The entity that killed the demons and the paladins at the estate. No, please, I didn't tell anyone. I really didn't. It is not Daeran who answers you, but someone or something else. You feel a chill run down your spine. The world goes still and silent as if an invisible monster has swallowed up all the noise of your surroundings. You lose your sense of hearing, your sense of smell, and then your sense of sight. Your vision goes dark, and you can no longer perceive the world around you.
Here comes trouble.
It's a fight? Run, 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 run. Oh my god. What the hell is it? What is that thing? Oh my god. Help? Oh god. Oh god, run. Don't hold person.
Here comes trouble.
Oh my god. It's a level 40 AC 70? 40. It's immune to everything. A 54 bonus. Base attack bonus 30, 25, 20, 15. It attacks 4 times per round. It's an undead creature. Interesting. Weird. It's a swarm. Incorporeal. Airborne.
Yes.
Yo, my bad. Okay, let's keep going.
Beautiful.
Okay, so what is this here? This is house. Hello, house. Let's see what's in house. Would you recommend this game to players new to this type of game? Yes. Okay. I would just recommend this game, period. So, you know, there's that. Mm-hmm. There's also no bugs in it.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, Cohh, if you kill them, then you have room for that succubus chick. Urge to kill Daeran rising. What's down here? We gotta go talk to her. Let's go to... Go to the barracks. Go see if there's anything new with Seelah. What mythic path are we? We are angel. Ooh, excuse me. Chat, you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. Oh, the music here is really nice. Sunrise Sword Archer. Oh, look at him training and stuff. Cool. The fate of the League of Cart affected you greatly. So you could say, I did what I thought was right. I tried to help a good person with their troubles, and what came of it? I'm sorry, but I won't find peace until I track down Curl and Jana. There's another thing that's worrying me. The way people react to your power and mine. They think that if we've been chosen by Iomedae, they need to pray at our feet. I'm not comfortable with the younger warriors hanging on my every word. I feel alone. No one else is going to sit with me and celebrate saving a beer cart. I'd like to regain, if not the friendship, at least the trust of the other knights. Interesting. Makovsky, we're going to be heading that way for sure.
Here we go.
Ellen. Commander, my regards. Oh, interesting. Hey, we learned something new. +1 bonus to perception and stealth. Oh, that's great. Okay. Nice. Is it possible to solo in this game? You can do lone wolf runs in this game, but it's definitely like a more specialty thing you need to do. And honestly, the game really caters to having a party. Like all the characters are pretty great, and they have like really good dialogue and cool sub stories and some really great subplots. I definitely recommend playing it with a party. Hey, Ice Cold Frozen. Hey, have you heard that your character sounds a little bit like you? Oh, the voice of this? I know. It's crazy. It's really strange. Hold on, let me see. I've got to give this sub a second. Okay. VIP down. Oh, there's nothing up here? That's too bad. Oh yeah, Yuki? Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Thanks, buddy. I want to mouse over every noble and peasant on the off chance that one of them can be talked to and something funny happens. I'm going to laugh if that becomes the case. Oh, the graveyard. Staunton Vane, traitor of the Crusades. Wow.
Can't make the demons wait.
That's actually from a choice that we made, too. It's pretty wild. What does my sword of valor look like? It looks like blue and white. I think it's like an angel thing. I'm not really sure what it represents, to be honest.
Beautiful.
Hey, girl. The girl's ruby eyes stare watchfully at passerbys and then who don't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? We're being attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Back in Arueshalae, there were rumors about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discari performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here in the material plane, these rumors were embellished with a lot of details. Some say the demons undergo rituals acquired by Zon Kuthon, the Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, and the Prince of Pain. Others say they feed on the blood of angels or Clipoths or demon lords. So others say there are no experiments and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future? A future in which the demons have already taken all of Galarian? Damn, dude. That's kind of hardcore. But I like it. The only thing I hate more than dad jokes are jokes about trees. They're always so shady. Is there a grain of truth in any of these ramblings? There's no way to know. Naturally, none of the other rumors give any indication where these demons come from. I'm sorry I can't help. The only thing that is clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. What are you doing here? I'm watching. I'm listening to their conversations, studying their faces. I'm trying to understand what they truly are. Why do you like to watch people? You know, in my old life, I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. I could trap them in a lie or lie myself and never get caught. It's disgusting to remember, but that was my life for many centuries. Now I see I knew nothing. A demon warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to thrust the spear for a quick death, where to thrust it for a long, painful one, and he thinks that's enough. My knowledge, it was of the same kind. I ruined many mortals without learning the first thing about them. Now I watch them to understand them. This won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still, by growing close to these mortals, it's like I'm paying back some part of my debt to my victims' memories. Wow. Learned anything new? They love cats. Arueshalae speaks in a very serious manner, as if sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then a moment later she smiles to give the joke away. Nice. Okay. Really, Twitch, you're shrinking my screen for an ad at the bottom. Hold on 1 second. I was pretty sure I didn't have that turned on. Let me take a quick look. I don't even know where that is. I have ad-free viewed on for everybody. Yeah, actually I don't even know where to turn that on. I'll have to look around. Yeah, sorry about that. Flips. I don't know. I could have sworn they were going to say we could turn that on and off, but you know. Did you see Neo is free on Epic? I did. I retweeted it. Yep. Oh, okay. I'll keep looking around. Don't you think you're being a little creepy? What? Really? Why? I don't mean any harm. Seriously, have your observations on humans led to anything? I wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions. I've only been watching them for a short while, but I think I've understood one thing. Uh-oh. My wife just said something weird is going on with the chimney. And then sent a picture that's not downloading. Oh, God. Succubi is saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't talking, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now I see this isn't true. You mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you creates a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie, because the daydream is your truth. That's interesting. Is it Santa? Maybe. Tell me about yourself. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm going to tell you. Where do you come from? Do you have a childhood? No, well, yes. In brief, the Abyss is nothing like the mortal world. You remember life since conception. No, wait, you don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Normally, when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which planes they go on to. Most often, those who arrive in the Abyss turn into larvae, little worms. No one notices until you step on them. They crawl in the mud for centuries, devouring each other, and the strongest ones turn into demons. Oh, fun. I don't know how the transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them like caterpillars or butterflies. No, wait, it's the other way around. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them. Like so much clay? I don't know what happens to the larvae they used to make me. In my own memory, it begins with vague fragmented images, terrors, executions, orgies. Oh, I remember some poor lad, half gnawed by the larva. He was crying and begging to be killed. And I pointed at him and laughed and said I wouldn't. He doesn't forgive me. I'm so ashamed. Oh, Lord. My God. I'd end up turning against the Abyss. Temptation. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant. And all that's enjoyable is tempting tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of kind gods often think so, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a temptress. Well, it's my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. As you know, demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams, so I decided it would be interesting to see for myself, and while I was at it, forgive me, goddess, to mock Desna. This priestess lay in my arms, dying for my kiss. I remember every small detail, the cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back into her head, her weak whisper. It's so difficult to recount. Well, I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like, but the goddess saw me in her realm, and it turned out I remained there far longer than I had planned. Oh, come on here. What did Desna do to you? As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She could have easily blown me away like smoke with a flick of her fingers. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even so less with demons. But for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in me the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me. All those humans, I knew nothing from them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams. I swear to God, if you pee over there. Hey, I'm looking at you. Come here. Come here. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, sorry, it's my cat. In a world without pity trampled each of them and placed them on a path that led to the abyss. Their memories, all their hopes and pains. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. You see tears well up in her eyes. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hope and dreams. And although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever with those beastly pouring pleasures of torture of the abyss. I can be free. I can be myself. If only I can understand who I am. You don't know who you are? Don't even think about... Where did you go? Where did you go? Hey. Where did you go? Okay. The dog or the cat? Oh, it's Letho. It's freaking Letho. Okay. You don't know who you are? What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there many mortals who can make that claim? Before returning me to the mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked me, and what do you dream of? And I don't know. I still don't. You see, demons are simple creatures. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was. A ball desire without anyone behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, for flattery, and food. Oh, now I have me, and it's amazing, but it's so complicated. What did you do after Desna converted you? I traveled. In the beginning, I thought it wise to keep away from demons and their temptations, run off to Absalom, or perhaps even further to another plane. But then I realized that I didn't deserve freedom yet. The abyss was still in me. It called me, tempting me, seducing me. If I ran away, I would soon return to my old habits. That is why I came here to join the war, to remember who my enemy was, to defeat the demons, not just for the mortal world, but for myself as well. Because if I don't kill my past, it will always be reaching for me. I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported to the priest of Desna whatever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them as well. I would never have been caught if it wasn't for those damnable kids. When I learned that the Discari was planning an attack on Canabras, there was no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you and paid with my freedom. You should have joined the Crusades openly from the start. Maybe I could have found a unit that would accept me, or maybe the first mortals I revealed myself to would have killed me. Or worse, I might have ravaged those foolish enough to trust me. I preferred to act in the shadows until I knew what to expect from myself and others. Did you worship Desna? The goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever deserved. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I try not to trouble her with my prayers. Damn. Tell me about life in the Abyss. I've only seen a small part of it. What are the Midnight Isles? In the ocean of Ishtar, not far from the mouth of the river Styx, there's a chain of islands. This is the realm of Nocticula, the queen of the succubi. There's no sun there, only a moonlit night. Ishi Islands is one of Noctila's trophies, the remains of a powerful entity that perished at her hands. Wow. The Porphyry city in Nocticula's capital. There's no city like it in the mortal world. Absalom is a village in comparison. Millions, I don't exaggerate, millions of demons and mortals live there. Mortals live there? Some come voluntarily, not only from Galarian, but from other planes as well. Nocticula keeps an open boundary and enjoys having many guests, merchants, and travelers in the city. Some arrive in chains. The slave trade is the most thriving business in the city. From afar, the city may seem like a merry place. Many of its dwellers do enjoy themselves, until it's their turn to become someone else's toy. It's a city of suffering, Cohh, of cheerful, festive torments that everyone in the city inflicts on those around them. What are places of interest? The heart of the business quarter is the flesh markets. Oh, great. Where the slave trade takes place. I grew up in the mansion of Lady Velexia. Her house is always full of guests doing their best to entertain her. Those whose performances are not to her liking risk remaining at her house forever. The main attraction of the succubi city is, of course, the brothels. The 10,000 delights. I need not tell you what they offer. If you can imagine it, someone is selling it. Not far from there, you can find the Harem of Ardent Dreams, which serves as a sort of city hall. Shamira, Nocticula's right hand and mayor of Arueshalae, receives her visitors there. For those that prefer bloodier sport, there are many arenas in the city. The most famous of them is the Battle Bliss. Battles run continuously without breaks and without rules. It doesn't matter what trickery you use to win, it only matters how much fun the crowd is having. And above it all, this place sounds awesome. And above it all towers the House of Silken Shadows, Nocticula's palace. Hundreds, thousands of towers and domes adorned with jewels. There are legends of what happens inside. Many have striven to experience the delights of the Succubi Queen's palace, forgetting that it was built for her pleasure, not theirs. Whoop. Okay. This is the main chick. She enjoys killing, but her favorite tools are seduction and deception. She only stoops to crude. Oh, I do need to drink something. Thank you. She only stoops to crude violence when there are no other games to play. Okay. What do you think of the powers I gave you? It's a great temptation. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to save. It's good that you're here. Shall we be silent together? You like silence? I used to talk a lot before and all of it was a lie. My words ruined so much. I like silence more now. Can I ask you a personal question? The kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus. You want to talk about sex? Ask me anything. I'll not keep secrets from you. But don't expect to hear anything lighthearted or pleasant. Isn't the kiss of a succubus deadly? Not just the kiss. Any caress of any kind sucks the life from mortals. And there's nothing I can do about it. Oh. For mortals, tenderness is tenderness and violence is violence, but I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. Worth? I like how that worth. I just hope my observations of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses, even what mortals condemn as promiscuity. To me, it all looks like something amazingly human. You know, a drop of vital energy is a small price to pay for your kiss. Don't joke like that. For me, it's not a joke at all. I'm not kidding. No, I'm sorry. Wasn't meant to upset you. Try not to tempt me. You know, it's hard for me to control myself. Nice. Wait, you mean you don't just watch people during the day out in the street? Well, I never touch anyone. I never harm anyone. I just watch and listen. Is that bad? Let's just say they wouldn't be happy if they found out you were watching, I guess. I'll do lawful. I should have done chaotic. Yeah, I probably should have. Let's do chaotic. Don't yuck her yum. I shouldn't yuck her yum. You're absolutely right. I'm not gonna yuck her yum. Yeah, that's just rude. Boop.